Hi, I'm Andrew Spieler.
And I'm Mary Hope Rennie.
And you're watching or listening to Behind the Sign, real stories from real estate. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Behind the Sign. Thanks for joining us again here. We have a continuing of our conversation this month on all things marketing, social media related. And we have a special guest today. And would you like to introduce a special guest, or do you want me to introduce a special guest today?
I want you to.
Oh, guys, stop fighting over
Okay.
it.
Yeah, wait, no, I want. So it's pretty neat. Most every week, I introduce them because
Yes.
I usually know them better than you do.
Correct, yeah.
And we want to make sure we pronounce their names
That's
right.
right.
And
Exactly.
know a little
Yep.
bit of the background.
I don't want to mess it up. That's really the whole shtick.
Better not.
Yeah.
So I'm the one. So I should have introduced, and then I handed it over to you.
That's right.
So Andrew, would you like to introduce our guest today?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There we go.
This is Benjamin Pollack. No, I'm just kidding. Ben Pollack.
Ending this business relationship immediately.
This is Ben Pollack, and Ben Pollack is as I like to say, a savant of all things video and marketing, and has grown a business for himself rapidly in a little over a year, going from not knowing anything about paid ads to all of a sudden knowing everything there is to know about paid ads. So talk about dedication and insight. This guy's full of it. So I'm excited to have him on because obviously we're also business partners and we do a lot of work together. But I think having you on to speak to some of the things that we're talking about today as far as marketing goes in real estate for both the agent building their brand, their listing media, right? How they're marketing the listings they have, and then also just having an understanding of what social media means, right? Because I often say social media is like saying the word government, right? Like it's a tangled mess and it means everything and nothing at the same time.
And it means so many different things to so many people, and there's so many emotions involved in it, right?
Yes.
There's a love-hate relationship. We know we need it, but we don't want to have it. I was just saying that on our last podcast that it's that kind of thing that every agent doesn't feel they have the right leverage for. How much, how little, how organic, how formal, how all these things and then we add on, it's always changing.
Always.
Yeah.
So I would love to kind of, since this is both of your worlds outside of even real estate is marketing, I would love to kind of find out from you how you see that world in general and the purpose of marketing just in general.
Yeah, well, I think a good place to start is just define marketing, right?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people, I said in the office meeting this morning, a lot of people use the term marketing, branding, and advertising synonymously, and they're completely different things, right?
Right.
Marketing is really the strategy behind exposure, right? Paid ads, which we're going to talk a little bit at some point, is a tool in that, right?
It's only a
Social
piece.
media and video content, that's another tool, right? Branding itself, coming up with a color palette, a name, that's another tool.
Now,
right?
that's an interesting one, branding in particular, because when someone says branding, it's like, what is a brand? And a brand really is the feeling or emotion that you imprint on someone who interacts with your business or company.
Okay, tell me more.
Okay, so what do you think about when you see the McDonald's?
French fries.
The golden arches, right?
French fries and Coke. That's all I think about.
Do you taste anything? Do you smell anything? Do you
French
feel
fries
anything?
and Coke.
You can smell all of that because you have been conditioned over time to relate a certain feeling, emotion, smells, tastes to that particular brand.
Because I've been in that drive-through way too many
I think we're all guilty of that.
with French fries and Coke.
Maybe there's some nostalgia factor of that too. I think about when I was a little kid, they had the play place and everything. The one in downtown in southern South Nashua. They had an aquarium in there too, and the retro seating. And now it's all gray. Now everything's just gray and boring. Beige and
the
very
balls
boring.
aren't there, and there's not the gross grease, and you're worried that you're going to jump in and something's going to be in the ball pit.
So
there's the feeling.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah, and now I have a baby sister who's 11. And her experience with that is going to be completely different because she's been exposed to the brand in such a different way. And so, I mean, that is just a microcosm of branding, but hopefully something everyone can relate to. If you think of a brand, you can probably smell something, think of a memory, something like that, or just have a specific feeling. I think water brands do this really, really well. They position themselves through a very strategic bottle shape or a logo or a slogan that gives you a sense. Like you see this also with like meat products. You see a farm, alcohol, sure. If you see something that indicates like what you want to get out of it, they're just going to keep leaning into that. And so like I think about like grass-fed beef or free-range chicken, something like that. You put a farm on there, oh, it's healthy now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Even though every single chicken or cow came from a farm.
Factory. Yeah, exactly.
I rode on factory farming in high school. I could get into that stuff, but that's kind of like the reality too. And this is applicable to every single individual in business who has a brand. Is, you know, we're focusing a lot on the strategy of getting in front of people, which is the marketing side.
Right.
And that's where social media, advertising, that's where that comes into play. But if you don't know what type of experience you want your end user to feel, there's always going to be a disconnect between your logo, your slogan, your content alone too.
Yeah.
Well, and I think as you were talking, marketing used to be its own thing. You used to hire a marketing department. You used to have a marketing department. Now let's go to who we are talking about all the time, realtors. We are our own business.
It's just them.
It's just us. And we're supposed to be able to do all this and know all this. And we were just talking to Jen Delisle as one of our guests and put out content multiple times a day.
And you say that to a real estate agent, they're like, oh, no.
Well, and what happens is we know it because we see it and we feel it and we might even enjoy it. Like I enjoy, and we talk about the history of marketing even on social. I used to love, that's where I got most of my business from. Yet now the level you have to be at continuously to market yourself and at a level and a professionalism, what happens is people just freeze and don't do anything, or they do it poorly, or they hire someone out to do automatic posts that have nothing that every other agent is getting.
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm just throwing all those problems out to you.
Yeah.
So coming as an agent, because I'm the agent.
Yep.
And this is the crux of it. We don't run multi-billion-dollar companies.
Nor should you try.
Yeah. And that's actually, I think, one of the biggest mistakes most agents think is that they think they need to build a brand and then run brand recognition campaigns, which those are reserved for the Apples and the Nikes of the world. They spend tens of millions of dollars every month on getting that logo seen and staying top of mind. That is not the area that you should be stepping into.
No, but at the same time, and I'm the devil's advocate here, we have most companies have a marketing budget.
Right.
I would say 99.9% of agents' marketing budget is zero. Business cards. Sorry, a couple $100 a month, a year.
Listing photos, right? Something like that, maybe.
Oh, yeah. But of our brand or business cards, name tag, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's kind of where we are because we only get paid when we close a deal. Right. So I'm just being, so where do we even start as an agent finding out what our brand is, let alone where we go with that, and then what tools can we use in real estate? I said I wasn't going to talk, but I have something so I'm going to talk more.
This is good.
Well, I think that the first step to the question is you have to work in the business first, right? Like before you can start like worrying about marketing yourself, like you've got to know what you do and do it well and how you do it before you start doing any form of advertising. Because, I'll let you say the term, right? What happens when you start shining a light on yourself?
Well, yeah, and I say this all the time to people who come to us for help. The moment you start running paid advertising, because that's what's going to guarantee getting in front of fresh eyes, because it's pay to play. Let's be real in it.
Well, it's getting more that way even every day.
Right. Yeah. So what happens when someone sees an ad for you and hasn't heard of you before? They're going to probably click to go to your profile. What are they going to see? What type of experience are they going to get? Do they think that you're going to be that expert? Do they know who you are? If you have just listed, just sold, just listed, just sold, on like new listing coming soon, what are they going to think about you? Do they understand you as a person? Do they believe you understand them as a person? So this is where like I get very cautious around people who are just coming like, I need new leads, like yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm
Make
like,
it
okay,
happen.
great. What does your content look like thus far? Because the moment that we turn on ads, people are going to start checking you out.
So you need to have built something.
That's where you build trust. And, we talk about a funnel in marketing and sales. So paid ads are going to be the top of that funnel, really wide mouth. And that's where we're going to get as many new eyes on the business as possible. And then it's really the middle of the funnel stuff. So this is the organic, the free content that you put out there. That's what's going to kind of filter people through, get them to align with you or not, which is totally fine. And then that's how they're going to start to build trust, and they're going to get nurtured, and they're going to turn into a warm lead that way. And that's where, you start to get those DMs like, hey, I need help selling my house. They didn't do that because they just saw your one piece of content. They did that because they've started to get to know you and almost
I've been watching you for 6 months to a year.
Right. I get that all the time when people reach out to us. They're like, yeah, I've been watching your ads for the past couple months. I'm like, so it works.
And I didn't hear from you.
I didn't hear from you because you didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And so you got to know our content. You saw the ads, over and over and over again for months. And now you're coming to me all warm. And it just seems like the right time all of a sudden. When reality is probably the right time a couple months ago.
Well, and like this concept of like quick conversion only occurs if you've kind of hit sort of like celebrity status, if you will, right? Because once you've hit a point where you've kind of gone past the tipping point of exposure, now people know you through like multiple different spheres, multiple different forms of media and formats. And so now they're just continuously going and trying to say, yeah, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. But like that takes kind of a lifetime to generate, right? There is no, like in Hollywood, they always like to say like, oh, they were an overnight success. It's like
after 10 years of work.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it takes years for them to suddenly become overnight.
And it's interesting. I think that's with any business, right? Like so many people, we were just talking about this yesterday. So many people, sometimes greatness is the hindrance. We had a whole topic. Greatness is the thief of good, meaning we see such high level marketing or such high level success. And there's no way any of us could do that to begin with. No one in real estate goes from zero to making $1 million in 1 year. Like it's just physically, humanly impossible. And so we sometimes don't see the process of that middle funnel part that actually takes a lot of time and patience and knowing yourself to get to the great. Yet we quit because we can't get to the great today. And we are a culture of immediate success, right?
Yeah.
Like,
those of us who can embrace delayed gratification are going to be the 1% who win. So if we understand what it's actually going to take, which is consistency, like I feel like everyone's heard the term consistency at this point. Just keep being consistent without the expectation of hitting that greatness level. Right. Because the return in the end, it will come with consistency. And you see this not just in marketing or business. Athletes. They did not get there right away.
No.
It took them a decade of trial, error,
Failure.
blood and tears and all that. Just to get to a place where they seem like this is just natural to them. And it especially marketing, that is not a natural thing.
No. Well, most of us, no, it's not in any way. And if we even have a natural tendency towards that natural tendency hits a ceiling really fast in social media because it's so quick and changing.
Well, because there's the other side of, if we're looking for instant gratification, we're also going to get like instant rejection. And that's a deterrent. You put out something that you've been working on for 5 hours. People who just started posting for the first time, it took me 5 hours to make this video. I think it's amazing.
I finally feel comfortable looking at myself.
And then they post it, and their mom likes it, and that's it.
Or their mom makes it comment. That's even worse. That's like a negative.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm so proud of you, honey. Like, no, mom, stop.
Or worse, like
Delete it.
that sweater doesn't look good with your skin tone. You're like, whatever.
That might actually be better.
That would be great because that would lead to a conversation.
Well, there you go.
Well, so going to that, and I think this is at the heart of, for me, why are we doing marketing? And who are we talking to? Because I think so many times we see the effect of marketing. We're all scrolling. We are addicted to the scroll and the speed and it's not even about the content. It's the look, it's the feel and all the stuff. And we're like, how do we get that? However, that's not the purpose of marketing. For an agent, they're marketing themselves, but they're servicing human beings, right? It's not a product we're selling.
Right.
We're not selling houses. We sometimes do, and we saw that with
You sell the service of selling houses.
We sell the
Which is very
service.
different.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is going to be different from each agent, and our clientele is going to be different. So who I service as an agent versus this person services as an agent is different. So how do we do that in a way? Again, it gets overwhelming because
Fully.
who is my clientele? We have to be talking to a person. So how do we do that on a very simple, or what kind of questions can we ask to allow ourselves to be even in the right lane of marketing? Because we could be doing amazing content and yet totally miss the ball. I'm guessing, right?
Right. And so I want to go back. You also asked, why are we doing this? Well, I always tell this to people, what is the point of being the best if nobody knows about you?
Right. Hidden agent.
Right. Because I think we all think, as business owners, we know we do such a good job.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't people be knocking down our door? Well, it's because they don't know about us.
Right.
And this is the way to do it. And so talking about who are we talking to, or, how do we figure that out? Like Andrew said, you got to be in this first to figure out who you work well with. And so when I'm talking with a client and we're developing messaging around their content or paid ads or whatever offer it is that we're marketing, really it starts with, okay, who is your ideal client? Not as who is a client, but who is the ideal client? Because if we're trying to cast a wide net and we're trying to market to everyone, we're marketing to
no one.
We all know this. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, the riches are in the niches here. So if you can,
A lot of cute little things.
I've listened to a lot of podcasts and stuff.
That's what it is.
So Alex Hermosi, shout out. So when you're thinking about reaching your ideal client, we need to know where they are. And so when people start to get overwhelmed about I have to be on every platform like that, I don't know how to do all that. The truth is you probably don't. And in the real estate world, I've been in this long enough, knowing that your ideal clients are probably just on Facebook, Instagram, maybe a little YouTube here and there, but that's not where they're gonna primarily be hanging out.
Do you know what the average price of a buyer today is?
Of a buyer?
Average buyer is 45.
Oh, age, yeah.
Age.
Yeah.
They are 45.
So
That's
knowing
old.
that,
Because that's me.
knowing that, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be marketing on TikTok.
No. Well, that's a reality, and that's where and yet one person, that might be their place because that is their crew that they are marketing to.
If you only want to work with first-time homeowners, or young families, might not be a bad start.
Yeah.
But knowing okay, so let's say an average agent in the New Hampshire, Massachusetts area, knowing that we have a 45 median age.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Let's go to Facebook. Let's go to Instagram. Even my parents are on Instagram.
Hey, don't talk about that. So
That's right.
I'm just saying,
we're pushing the age gap here.
But it's true though.
It's reality.
We have to go where people are. People would always say, okay, well, I'm gonna get a billboard. I'm gonna do radio. I hear this all the time, how expensive that stuff is. Yeah. But you're getting out in front of a lot of people, and you're not really focusing so much on where your ideal client is. So if you can identify who that ideal client is, first of all, just who are they, where are they gonna hang out, and not just about demographics, but psychographics. So what is their dream outcome? Because that's what you're selling. Yeah. You're not selling no one cares about what you do. No. They just care about where you can get them. But you also have to know, where are they right now? What's keeping them up at night? What is the current pain state? What is frustrating them? What's keeping them from doing this on their own? If you can identify that, you can level with them at such a one-to-one, I'm going to say level, that when they see your content, it feels like you're speaking directly to them.
It's so
and
true.
They're going to trust you right away.
Well, and sometimes I think we discussed this offline and here too. We were in Atlanta a few weeks ago for a family reunion in Keller Williams, and we had a whole day on social media. And so many of the speakers just kept on saying, it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
So many agents live in selfishness,
Mm-hmm.
which I understand. We all, when we look at that picture, who are we looking at?
Yeah.
It's us. Oh, shoot. My
Well, as soon
eyes
as you
are
put a
closed.
camera on somebody or yourself, the vanity metric comes to your brain.
It just
can't.
is us.
How many
humans.
likes, how many views am I have?
However, in that, we stop thinking of who is on the other side of that screen. And we can start going back to that pain point.
Mm-hmm.
Who is my client that I'm trying to serve? And if we go back to how we can help them, because our business is a service industry,
Mm-hmm.
it's not about how this,
Mm-hmm. Converts into this.
right? Because it isn't about us. It's about how we can provide the right service. So we are marketing ourselves, but we're marketing how we can help that person. And I think so many times we miss that pain point and we don't talk to that pain point. One of the recommendations is, they said, if you're doing a video, track how many times you say I.
Ooh.
Mm.
And take 80% out of those and add you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now you're speaking to them, not about
Yes.
yourself.
Yep.
And it's a big difference.
And it's almost embarrassing how much we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because my experience, I know this, I went here and I learned this. It's not, we don't see it as selfish because we are expressing how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yet when we're not talking to that person, they're seeing it not as us talking to them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
What are they getting out of that?
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
if you're giving free value, which a lot of people are leaning into the whole educational side of stuff, which is huge.
Because even Jen on her last episode, she was like, okay, I'm going to give away all my secrets. And it's like, yeah, but that's what people want. People want to hear what you know, and that's,
99% of people will not
Won't do it.
implement
Yeah.
what you tell them.
Absolutely not.
And that's exactly why they're going to trust you. Because they want the easy way too. Like, how can I quickly sell my home?
Yeah.
Oh, this person knows what they're talking about. I trust them. Whatever they say, I'm just going to follow their lead.
So to that, I would say probably arguing, and I like your opinion on this, they probably don't even know why they trust you. So how do you start building that trust to begin with? From you working with agents and them hiring you and studying this at a high level, what are those things that say, I am trustworthy or I can help you? What would you say?
it's very psychological. And it's all how we intake information visually, right? I mean, from frame one, even turn the sound off. Frame one, our brain has already made a calculation as to whether or not we are going to continue watching this person to see if we are going to trust them versus going, that's not my person, and judging the book by cover and moving on.
Yeah.
How to calculate that? It's impossible, right? You just have to, like, you chose to wear this shirt today.
I like blue.
Right. I chose to wear
Oh.
that shirt today, right?
Well, so he must have
right.
owned, look at this, blue and black.
Right.
And the
Right. But
he psychoanalyzed this whole thing.
Right.
Well, we were going to wear.
Because you woke up in the morning and you chose to wear this because you were going to come onto a podcast today, and a certain appearance you wanted to convey about who you are as a person is going to be embodied in our clothing, right? So just start there.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right. So literally any visual cue that we can pick up on, we're going to decode and we're going to judge. We do it. Right. There's no
Absolutely.
way that you can't not judge a book by its cover, because it's how we identified as primates, whether something was a threat or a friend, right? By like their stance, their body language, their, like all kinds of things. So if you're trying to think that you can sort of somehow cheat the code and like appeal to everybody and gain everybody's trust immediately, there is no, actually a good example of this, right? Are agents when they come into the house and they want to neutralize everything, right? And there's logic behind that, because you don't want to sort of have anything that's going to be like incongruous and sort of, push people away. That being said, the more unique you are and comfortable you are with your own uniqueness and your personality, the more chance you have of identifying with others who feel the same way and dress the same way and talk the same way and like the same kind of coffee, right?
Yes.
That's all you
It's
should be
just
caring about.
that's where it is.
Yeah.
So I think we could talk about all of this for about 4 more hours.
At least, yeah.
However, what I would love to know from especially you, Ben, in the paid marketing space.
Yeah.
Where do you see marketing? Where do you see it in the next year? I mean, right?
Yeah.
No,
you're looking.
it's fair. Let's look at
We're looking, but let's look from your perspective. Where do you see the needs going to be, and where would you say people need to focus in the next couple of years
Well, that's a good
or
question.
next 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Let's do it really practical.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows AI is here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're probably seeing all this stuff already. People are using AI avatars. They're creating quick,
Like wait, that
ads.
person doesn't look like that. Yeah.
Right. Or you can like see in some ads or content like that doesn't look like physics happening right now. Like, did that arm just like pass through that person? So I mean, with that being said, like AI it is a tool, right? It's
Yes.
it's part of the strategy, and it
Has to be.
it can't be a crutch. More and more, I feel like a lot of us are privy to seeing what AI like recognizing if something's AI or not. And I don't know personally, because there's a weird part of me that actually doesn't like social media, but just from like a cultural perspective. But I want to see more real. I want to see authentic.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean we can't use AI as a tool. Maybe that means, I'm creating a video talking about some challenge I'm going through, and all of a sudden my hand catches on fire because I put AI effects on that. Then that's cool. It doesn't detract away from the message. It just keeps people's visuals interested.
Yeah.
Now on the paid ad side of things, and I'm probably going to give away a little bit of value here.
Well, I hope so.
And this might hurt me. This might create a little bit too much volume, but no one should be ignoring YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There are already ad campaigns that small businesses could be putting out there that are lasting years.
Yes.
If they find a winner, that can be an evergreen. Just that one video alone can be an evergreen video for a really, really long time. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It's tied to the #1 search engine in Google. So it's all within the same environment. And little do people know who haven't tapped into this yet, but YouTube ads actually feed your SEO. It's part of Google. So not just ads, but like regular videos that you put out too, shorts, long form videos. If you optimize those, if you put in all the right keywords, if you title it correctly, like let's say we're trying to sell just to New England, service businesses, which is, kind of what we do. I would be putting on the end of every video, New England video marketing.
Got it.
And what happens was if someone searches New England video marketing, these videos pop up and then they go watch those videos and they trust us.
Well, it's so interesting. And that was one thing I learned, that although video is where it's at, it's the words connected with the video that actually
The keywords in the
it's the keywords that get you into all the AI.
Right.
Find the best realtor. It has nothing to do with how the video looks. It's the words within that video or as the description that actually consistently those keywords have to do it, which again, it can become simple. And yet,
yes.
Look at this podcast. We've been doing this podcast for over a year now. We're just starting to actually get traction through the algorithm, right? Like you just in the last month or two, you're actually starting to see like the numbers and views are jumping.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. But it's because we've been doing it for, over a year.
That's what we were saying earlier. If we expected to go viral within the first month of doing this, we would have stopped this.
I need to put credit where credit's due. We have been doing this on YouTube from the beginning.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yep.
And that wasn't me. But no, it's true though that is, we have content now from a whole year where people are just like, oh shoot, we need to be on YouTube. Right.
Here's another thing, especially for agents. You'll hear this from the younger generation and the older generation too. Those are on TikTok, those who are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. People love to see process and how the sausage gets made. If nothing else, people are going to trust that you know what you're talking about because you show that you go through that process too. So for, new agents or agents looking to get into marketing, I recommend just show the behind the scenes of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if something's way too polished, people are also going to get weary of that too.
Yeah.
Which, it's a catch-22 for us because we love using cinema cameras and we all come from production.
But
you can do a mix.
Yeah.
But people, especially with the AI stuff now too, it looks too polished.
Yes.
And
so now
it's not human anymore.
We almost have to revert back.
A little bit. And we're starting to see user-generated content ads now. Like we have clients who hire influencers to review their services or something like that. And then we take that iPhone selfie video and run that as an ad, and it
That's
crushes.
way better. Yep.
It crushes. And even the owners too. It doesn't have to be an influencer.
Right.
As long as you look authentic and you are tailoring the right message to the right person.
Yep.
You describe the dream outcome.
Yep.
Where their pain is right now.
Yeah.
And how your service as a vehicle can get them there.
Mm.
That's where the trust happens.
So if I am an agent overwhelmed by all of this, what's the first thing I should be doing when I'm thinking about marketing myself? There was one thing.
A brand new agent?
No, I'm experienced old person agent.
Okay. Then I would look back at all.
That's the average of us.
Right. Well,
Old person agent.
I would look back at all of your favorite clients. All the clients that you would, take a bullet for almost.
No, really.
Also the ones who brought you the most value too. What made them different? What was the experience that they were expecting to get out of working with you? What made them a good client of yours? And look at all of that.
Right.
Because you want to replicate that experience for all of your next clients. So if you can do that, that's the dream outcome you're selling now.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Look at your own data. Really.
Right.
Right.
Just
And
analyze.
it's hard for us to do that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Sure.
hard for us to do it for ourselves. So maybe asking others.
Yeah, that's actually a
Sure.
good thing. I often say that to new agents too. Like, go ask people who you've worked with and be like,
Blah.
what did you like working? Like, why did you work with me?
Yeah.
And then what did you like about working with me?
Yeah.
And it might be kind of an awkward conversation, but more often than not, they'll open right up and be like, oh, it was
They
great.
know.
You did it.
They
Yeah,
know.
They know.
Kind of like,
So, yeah.
why do you go to that restaurant? Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Why do we do this? Why do you choose those shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the people who came before you.
Yeah.
Analyze their success.
Yeah.
We do this too.
Mm-hmm.
We are not the first marketers and we're not the last. So we go to where the success happened and then we just tailor it to us because no, we cannot be the Gary V's or the Alex Hermosis of marketing because that's just not who we are.
Right.
But we can take a lot of the psycho concepts that they're presenting to us and apply it to our reality. Because no, we're never going to go to an agent or a service business and say, you need to post 10 times a day on 4 platforms every single day. Because that's unrealistic and that's not who you are. And really the value comes out of the quality of the, like it does come down to the content.
Right.
Yeah.
If we can produce content that really speaks directly to that one person and presents them with their dream outcome and showing that you can bring them there, they're going to listen to you every single time. And it needs to be done in a way that's consumable.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn is great with text,
Right.
text-based posts and photos. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all video.
Video.
It's all video.
Video.
People go there to be entertained, entertain them a little bit. Give them some value, something to chew on for a while. And then when you do, here's another strategy for those who are thinking about paid ads, but aren't quite ready to be putting some money behind their content. Test out the content organically, see what resonates well, what performed really well. And if it really worked well for the algorithm for free, it's going to love it when you put money
I
behind
love
it.
that. I love that. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
So if I start dancing, and we'll see if that.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't
See
think I
what
can
works.
do what Jen does with her.
You and Jen should dance together. That's what you should
Yeah,
do.
we
You go.
should.
She should
Collaborate.
teach you how to dance.
Yeah.
Oh, we could kind of do that. That would be a good.
Yeah.
That would be entertaining.
It would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll tune in.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to cut this short, but I
know.
know we have
Talk all day.
somebody coming in. I know, but I think this is obviously it's a big topic, and there's a
big
lot of
topic.
different ways to go about it. I think the key takeaway is if you're not sure where to start, talk to others who've come before you and have done it and have had success with it. And as you're trying to find your own path, don't try to reinvent the wheel.
No.
Right? Just get a better understanding of who you are and what you enjoy about the people you work with and start there, because
Yeah, and don't try to be perfect at the
No.
beginning. It will not. You cannot get to that end without doing the little steps.
I say-
It's with everything.
Shoot for 80%.
perfection's a myth.
That.
Yeah.
It's
That's not
unattainable
real.
anyway.
Just do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just
Nike.
do it.
There we go. It's branding for Nike. We all come back to Nike. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Ben, thank you for
thank
coming
you,
on.
Ben.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate the time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you later. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Behind the Sign, Real Stories from Real Estate.
We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and gained a little insight into the world behind those for sale signs.
Today's episode was brought to you by Keller Williams Realty Metropolitan, proudly serving New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, and Massachusetts. A special thank you to our agents, leadership, and partners at KW Metro for their continued support.
And thanks to you, our amazing listeners and viewers. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Leave us a review or comment. We love hearing your feedback, and it helps more people discover the show.
And if you have a real estate story you'd like to share or a question you want answered on a future episode, reach out to us at metro.kw.com or find us on Instagram, handle @KWMetroNH.
Until next time, we'll see you
behind the sign.